We leave the main streets of Aoimachi and walk along the back of Ueno Park. The number of houses we pass by gradually decreases until we're completely surrounded by densely grown foliage.
We should be arriving there pretty soon.
There's a slight hint of tension in Toji's voice. Seeing her like that makes me start to get nervous too. Finally. Is this it? There's a break in the trees surrounding a steep stone stairway.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
A small shrine gate hidden by the thick overgrowth of leaves spans the staircase around halfway up. The black coating of paint on it looks relatively new. I get the impression that it's some kind of cheap knockoff that they've set up. Well, let's get this over with.
Yep, good luck.
Toji nods and gives me a shove on the back. Huh? Whoa, hold it right there. Are you gonna make me do this all by myself? She nods, her face impassive.
Of course. That's why I brought you here.
What are you going to do then, Toji?
My appearance isn't suitable for undercover espionage. Come on, it's painfully obvious.
With her deep red eyes, porcelain white skin, and missing arm, she does stand out a bit too much. Plus, she's pretty well known around this area as one of the top brass in the Hand of Death. Which means that I have to infiltrate this place on my own?
Well, that's the plan.
Oh, give me a break. It's easy for her to say. I'm not even mentally prepared, having had this suddenly sprung on me.
Senrei is a rather shady cult. But I don't think you'll be in any danger, as long as they don't know your true identity. Act like one of their followers, try not to stand out, and get some information about Hio.
Nodding with her poker face on, Toji once again pushes me in the direction of the temple. And looks like resisting will be futile. God damn it. My wounds still haven't healed either. What a slave driver. I sigh and start climbing the stone stairway. After I finish ascending the steep stone steps, I'm greeted by a surprisingly well-maintained clearing. It's a tense, solemn atmosphere that's practically palpable. A holy sanctuary, or so it would seem. Even I can sense that there's something special about this place, despite my lack of faith. Well, I guess. I'm sure it's difficult to resist the pull of this place if you've never experienced anything like it before. I feel as though I'm starting to see why the number of people believing in Senri has increased so drastically. Well then, I can't be standing out here in the open all day. It's dead quiet within the temple grounds, but there should be a bunch of clergy lodging inside of the buildings. If I'm to pretend to be a member of the faith, I need to start off by checking around there. Let's see. Let's begin by approaching the front of the building and taking a look around at what's inside. Here we go. And the moment I take a step, the door suddenly swings open and a man who looks like a cultist steps toward me.
Hey, you, over there.
His voice is full of suspicion. To my regret, I have no time to hide. I don't want to start any more trouble here. Damn. I'm going to have to trick him somehow.
You know that entry is prohibited except for those of the faith, right?
The man stares me down dubiously. I think up a lie to feed him as I try to make myself appear as unthreatening as possible. Actually, I was thinking about joining Senri.
Oh, so you're an aspiring member, eh?
The man nods haughtily.
Today's not a good day. Leave. Now.
Seriously? But they told me that the leader would take in all those who desired salvation. That's not actually what I had heard, but that's the general impression you get from the propaganda that the cult's been spreading. Please save me, Father. I've renounced all my worldly desires. I drop to my knees, put on the most wretched face I can muster, and cling to the man's knees. The best way to dispel his suspicion is to try to get him to let his guard down.
Hey!
The man pulls away frantically. I beg of you. The moment I raise my voice to ask him again,
What's going on here?
I freeze when I hear that mysterious voice. I can't believe she actually showed up. It's the girl Toji told me about a while ago, Shigasa Tokiko. She's the one that was taken into custody as a suspect in Ota's murder.
I'm terribly sorry, Tokiko-sama. This guy's been insisting that I accept him into the faith.
Is what the man reports to her. You can tell that she ranks higher in their hierarchy just from the way the man addresses her. I quickly snap my mouth shut. I'll have to wait until later to deal with my suspicions regarding Shigasa Tokiko. At the moment, I'm just your average aspiring cultist. I have to be careful not to say anything that'll make them suspicious.
Excuse us.
She turns to face me after the man's finished his explanation.
It looks like it wasn't explained in enough detail to you. We have a rule in place that says aspiring members must first meet with Her Holiness.
I see. I suppose that means I'm going to get turned away here. I'd very much like to meet with Her Holiness, if possible. She silently scrutinizes me. It's an inhuman stare without a single flicker of emotion. I start to recoil under the enormous pressure.
Excuse me, but what is your name?
What do I do? It'll be bad news if I give out some terrible sounding fake name and they get suspicious. I'm Takashiro Shugo.
All right, Takashiro-sama. Her Holiness sees all.
She then bows and turns around to leave. Hold on, please! I call out to her in consternation. You're not going to let me meet with Her Holiness?
Her Holiness has already gone to bed. Allow us to arrange a date for a meeting. Give your contact address to him.
She points to the man waiting next to her. Come on.
Those are the rules of our faith.
Her reply is short and curt. It looks like I have no way of trying to curry favor with her. Okay, I understand.
If you do, then please leave.
Neither of them let their guard down, probably because they're suspicious of my background. Well, there's nothing more I can do here. All I can do is nod in agreement and leave Senri's compound. Toji's waiting for me at the bottom of the stone stairway as I arrive back without any substantial results.
Huh? Back already?
There she stands, giving me that scrutinizing look once again.
Did you find anything?
Not a single word of gratitude. Damn, she's cold. I got turned away. They said entry's prohibited except to members.
Thought so. My subordinates got manhandled out at that point.
Whoa there, Toji. If I'd slipped up, then wouldn't the same thing have happened to me too?
So when all's said and done, we've got nothing, huh? I was hoping you'd be able to think up something clever, Shugo.
No, I didn't come back empty-handed. I actually have a meeting scheduled with their leader.
Oh?
They said that they'll contact me whenever she has an opening in her schedule. Toji places a finger to her lips and ponders things.
At any rate, the only lead we have on Hio comes from this cult. I'll go and see if I can dig up some of the identities of the members. We might be able to find some valuable information. And as for you...
I know, I'll continue playing the part of aspiring cultist and infiltrate the organization. Toji nods, a gravely serious look on her face.
That's right. I'm counting on you, Shugo.
Jeez, she's one hell of a slave driver. It's quite late when I get back to the Yukishiro. There are a lot of rooms without lights on. It looks like we've been getting less customer traffic ever since those murders. I greet one of the staff at the entrance, then head back up to my room. Well then, it's time I started trying to put together all the puzzle pieces that I have laid aside. One of them deals with Yura's accident 10 years ago, the topic Kohzuki Keiichiro didn't want to broach. How is that accident related to her disappearance? Something just doesn't sit right with me about this. Perhaps that's a good point to start approaching the mystery.
Pardon the intrusion, sir.
The madam greets me as she knocks on the screen door. It looks like she finally made time to sit down and have a talk with me after tidying up all the affairs concerning the Yukishiro. Madam, sorry to make you come all the way up here. I slide the screen door open and welcome her into my room.
It's got to be some urgent business, correct?
Yeah, there's something I'd like you to investigate for me.
Oh. It's been a while since you've asked me to do something for you.
Yeah. Madame Ujaku is not only the manager of the Yukishiro, but an information broker as well. She gets information from her large circle of acquaintances as well as from people she does business with. It's then sold at high prices to people who seek it. A guy like me doesn't possess the exorbitant sums she commands. Naturally, I have to pay her in something other than money.
I'll take my payment the same way I usually do, then. Is that acceptable, sir?
The depressed look she's been wearing for the last few days has completely vanished. I guess opening back up the Yukishiro for business again must have lifted her spirits. Alright, that works. I toss her an ambiguous reply.
Well, well, well. I'm looking forward to this.
She shoots me a seductive look. All I can do is scratch my head and force out an awkward laugh in return.
So, what would you ask of me, sir?
Let's see. I explained to her the details of my job from the Kohzuki family. I've brought it up several times in conversation, but this is the first time I've explained the entire situation to her. Madame Ujaku listens to me explain with a grim look on her face. And thus...
I see how it is.
She nods in understanding after I've finished speaking.
So you want me to investigate that accident?
Yeah, please. I could easily get my hands on newspaper articles from that time if I wanted to, so...
I know what you're trying to tell me. What you want isn't that sort of information. What you're looking for is rumors and legends spread amongst the people living there, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad the madam is quick on the uptake. Kohzuki Keiichiro is excessively concerned with how society views him. He wouldn't want people knowing that something scandalous happened 10 years ago. And, well, perhaps something did happen.
Well, if we're talking 10 years ago, that's when we were caught up in the war. Don't expect too much, all right?
I'm well aware that when she smiles like that, it's just modesty on her part. Not at all. Anything helps. For now, my work is done. However... Madame Ujaku settles herself down with pipe in hand, looking like she's not about to budge. Wait, what's going on? It's getting rather late, madam.
Yes, it is. It's rather quiet. When did it get so late?
I'm sure you must be tired from a long day of work.
Surely you jest. I won't let you say you're tired just yet.
Madam, are you possibly... I did make that promise with her, half in jest. It's got to be what she's thinking of, my end of the bargain for getting information from her.
Yes, that's right.
My overreaction causes the madam to giggle happily.
It's been so long, I was beginning to think you hated me, sir.
I feel her sweet voice whispering into my ear. That's not true. Even though I know she's hitting on me, I've been completely trapped.
Hold it. There's no need to say anything more.
I can smell the scent of mature woman mixed in with her makeup.
Well then, sir. I think it's time you compensated me for my work. Itadakimasu.
Finally, a day off with great weather. The sun peeks out from behind the clouds. Despite the cold winter breeze brushing against my cheeks, today's a beautiful day. Even though it's only February, the sun's warm rays shining down on the road make me squint. The plaza in front of the station is packed with families and tourists. This is where we're supposed to meet up. Sorry to keep you waiting, Ayasaki-san. I push my way through the crowd to where Takako is. I'm about 10 minutes late, but she doesn't seem to mind.
Good morning to you, Shugo-sama.
A polite greeting. She bows deeply, causing her golden hair to flow down her back and glitter in the sun. Right.
What's the matter, Shugo-sama?
She looks up at me curiously as I space out. Nothing. I shake my head quickly. Not only is she Nana's friend, but there's also quite an age gap between us. This is not the time to be getting smitten with her.
Oh, is that so?
Takako cocks her head at me quizzically. When I see that innocent-looking face of hers, I'm able to forget all the gloomy stuff that's been stressing me out these last few days. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten any proper rest lately. Dealing with the murders and my work have been eating up all my time. I guess taking days off like this once in a while isn't so bad. Shall we get going, Ayasaki-san? My voice is so full of cheer that it surprises even myself. Where to? I asked Takako, who's walking next to me. A classic thing to do in this type of situation would be to go shopping at a department store.
Shugo-sama?
Yes?
I was hoping you could drop all this formality. Let's talk to each other just like we did back in the day.
She stares up into my face. Back in the day, she says? Yeah, you're right. A grin slips onto my face as I reminisce about days long past. I was completely at ease back then with a much younger Takako. Things are a bit awkward because I haven't seen Takako in a while. She's matured and blossomed into a beautiful girl during that time. I've been acting unnecessarily reserved. I used to call you Takako-chan, right? I try to remember how I addressed her back then.
Exactly right, Shugo-sama.
She smiles that innocent smile of hers and leaps into my arms. Whoa there! Flustered, I wrap my arms around Takako's slender body.
I've always dreamed of spending time together with you like this, Shugo-sama. I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun today.
Me too, Takako-chan. I feel strangely at peace when I see her smile. It hasn't changed one bit during all these years. By the way, is your grandfather doing well, Takako-chan? Our grandfather's name is Ayasaki Konosuke. We became good friends when I was working on that case in Izumo. Despite his situation, he was a friendly guy. I really owe him a lot for the kindness he showed me. The rest of the Ayasaki family treated us cops with great suspicion. Kanosuke was the sole exception.
Not really.
Did something happen?
Yeah.
Her expression clouds over.
He's sick and hasn't been doing so great. The doctor doesn't know whether or not he's going to make it through the winter.
Oh. I guess even that tough old geezer can't win out against the onslaught of time. It must hurt a lot for Takako. Old man Kanosuke really doted on her. And I'm not really sure what to say.
I want to be by his side, but I've got school, and...
Takako looks like she has more to say, but she stops and looks down at the ground. Takako-chan.
Nothing.
Takako looks back up and shakes her head. How awkward. I'm sure there's something else she wants to tell me. There's no way I can just force it out of her, so all I can do is just sit here quietly sipping my coffee. It's already past noon by the time we leave Milk Hall. Ah, right. I try to sound cheerful, making an effort to clear away the pall I had cast on our conversation by bringing up Takako's grandfather. Takako-chan, do you enjoy going to the theater?
Yes.
I pull out Kazuna's tickets from my pocket. Actually, a production my friend's starring in starts at 3 p.m. Do you want to go watch? Today's apparently their opening day. The friend I was supposed to go with couldn't make it. Takako's eyes light up.
Shugo-sama, are those tickets to the International Theater's Romeo and Juliet?
Huh? Yeah, I think so.
Please take me with you. I was actually thinking about giving up because I couldn't get my hands on any tickets.
Takako's completely enthused. Wow. I didn't know they were so popular. Well done, Kazuna. It's almost as though I've stepped into another world. Everybody here is decked out in gorgeous-looking clothes. This is amazing. My tone is subdued. I'm somewhat overwhelmed by the whole experience. This is the lobby of the International Theater, which is holding Kazuna's production. I idly take a seat on one of the sofas nearby.
Shugo-sama? I must apologize.
Takako returns to me after being besieged by people who wanted to say hello to her in the lobby. No, not at all. I'm surprised you're so well known. Those gentlemen were acquainted with her father. They had grabbed her for a chat and she hadn't had an opportunity to slip away. My words caused Takako to frown.
It was pretty dull. All they did was keep going on and on about my father.
Ah, I see. I take a look at the crowd while I'm waiting in the lobby. They probably want to get into the famous Ayasaki family's good graces through Takako, whom they conveniently happen to bump into tonight. It must be a pain for her to deal with those types of people all the time, even when she's out having fun. I mean, you didn't really look that bored to me. It's admirable how you're able to gut it out like that. In fact, she looked almost congenial as I watched them talk.
Yeah, well, it happens all the time.
But it makes me kind of depressed to hear her say that so casually. Even though she appears young and carefree, Takako is a daughter of the Ayasaki family. Their values are probably deeply ingrained in her. Maybe it would have been better to come out at another time. There are a lot of invited guests here today since it's opening day. That's probably why there are so many of her father's acquaintances here as well. I feel really bad for her. We came all this way to enjoy ourselves, and yet here she is getting pestered by those people.
No, not at all. I'll be fine if I'm with you, Shugo-sama.
Takako-chan. Just seeing that innocent smile of hers makes my heart ache.
Shugo-sama, it looks like they're going to get started soon.
Oh, alright. We follow the usher's directions and head for our seats.
O Romeo, Romeo! Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Kazuna's voice rings through the silent darkness. Her crisp voice feels as though it's passing directly through my eardrums to strike a chord within my heart. Wow. It's actually quite a stirring performance. I never imagined that full Kazuna could pull off something like this. I'm unable to pull my eyes away from her. Her very expression exudes confidence. She's got an incredibly powerful stage presence.
Wow.
Kazuna's amazing. The words of admiration slip unbidden to my lips. Yeah, I admit it, I really underestimated how phenomenal of an actress she is.
Let's Dub Project.